Some nice two-out hitting there in the seventh.
Yeah, we needed it. Boy, their left-handed starter out of nowhere, really, because he hasn't had that body of work, and they gave him an opportunity to start. We had a scouting report on him that was a little different than what he was. He was more than we could handle, quite frankly. He dominated us for the first 5 innings, and he was on the edge of the plate and on the top of the strike zone and all that. And we were very frustrated, as you saw. Our guys had some resiliency and stuck with it, and obviously, we do pride ourselves in trying to win the 7th, 8th, and 9th, and that was a big inning, obviously. Without that inning, I'd be in there yelling at them that we got dominated. So they had the will to win, and they found a way to do it. And I commend whenever you use your whole pitching staff like that. It's a tough challenge, especially against a Gonzaga team that I think swings the bat really well.
Was that going in when you knew it was going to be a bullpen game? Was the decision to go 5 pitchers deep, or were you just like?
Yeah, we were planning on maybe using 8 pitchers. Kelly was on the list. We didn't want to use him, and Nelson was on the list in an emergency, and just the way the game unfolded, we didn't use all 8. But the mindset was to obviously get a victory tonight, but also have that full staff that we're taking to Arizona ready for our conference opener.
Any specific reason to put Kenyon in for 2 innings instead of just the 9th?
Well, he's our closer, and Nelson was the other guy that we would have put in, and then you lose the DH. So if we could have put Nelson in for the 8th and Kenyon in for the 9th, like we typically do it, but we wanted to get that 0 in the 8th for sure, and then he threw so good that we thought we'd just leave him out there.
Coach, obviously a strong start to the season with non-conference play. Last year you guys started well too, and then struggled a little bit in the pack. Is there something different about the team this year?
Well, we're about ready to find out. I could say whatever I say, it doesn't really make a hill of beans. It's more what we do than what I talk about. I think this team has less deficiencies than we did last year. I think the pitching staff's deeper. I think we're a year older, stronger, mindset stronger, more disciplined, all those kind of things. But again, what we do is so loud you can't hear what I say. So that's one of our favorite sayings. And I think that some of the pundits and rankings and all that, like you said, the mindset is we've gotten off to some good starts, and then when we get into conference, we fade it. Make no mistake about it. And my teams usually get better, and so I'm not going to plant any seeds. We're just going to, the old adage, we're going to take it one series at a time. And maybe you'll be asking a different question, that how come we're getting better and better each and every week? That's what we're striving for. So I'm not trying to be critical of you. We deserve that, and we've got to prove it. So I think we're ready to go into Arizona and battle a good Sun Devil team for sure.
My next question was going to be, what's the advantage of having a tough game like this where you kind of got to grind it out and play really all 9 innings through going into a pretty tough conference schedule?
Yeah, we've had some close ones. We haven't had to come from way behind, but once you've been down those waters and once you've established that confidence, I think it presents itself with more hope and more thinking that it can be done instead of wishing and hoping that we've been there before and we were able to do it. And everything's harder to do in the pack, in my opinion, because there's good players and there's great coaches, and I hope that we can keep that consistency of winning the 7th, 8th, and 9th, because most of the pack games are close games. There's 3 or 4 plays on offense and defense to determine whether you win or lose. And the teams here that that have had the best win-loss record and the most success are teams that have been very successful in close games, and teams that have been very good at the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And with Kelly, Nelson, and Jovan pitching in the back of the bullpen in those innings, we usually don't have to do a whole lot to like roll a 6 in the 7th to win a game. So hopefully we can get back to keeping the score down and making it an easier objective.
At this point in the season, what have you seen from your team that you like? What do you guys need to improve on?
I think they have a mental toughness to them, and I like their attitude. They show up to play hard. They like competing with one another. they have the will to get better each and every day, whether we point them in that direction or not. And they like to have fun doing it. So I think that's a pretty good characteristic.